So, let's talk about your life. Who is Bob Mintzer behind the big bands, behind Yellow Jackets? I'm very curious about that.
Well, I'm a husband, a father, a member of a community. I happen to play music. I work hard at that. I live in Los Angeles now, but grew up and spent most of my life in New York City and around New York City. And been a member of the Yellow Jackets for 25 years. Had a big band for 32 years. I love music, I love life, I love cooking and hiking and reading and conversation.
How can you cope and deal with that, with traveling a lot?
Oh, there's a system involved in anything you do, and you try to find the best approach.
Okay, and it all works.
Particularly when you really love what you do.
Yes, yes.
Travel takes on a new meaning when you know you're traveling for a particular purpose, to do something you really enjoy.
So when was the moment that you realized this is what I really want, no matter what?
Yeah, I think I was always interested in music from a very early age. Whether I would be successful at it was a question I had. At times still have, actually, although I've certainly reached a certain level of consistency in what I do. But I just always was attracted to music and enjoyed the puzzle of figuring out how things work in music, and something I always could work at for long periods of time.
So you are a very lucky man, because
Yes,
you found something in life that's so very important.
That's true.
The essence, and do you see it as a mission too?
Yeah, I think upholding quality music, art, life is a mission of sorts. I do a fair amount of teaching, and I think we have the way I look at it anyway is we have a duty as musicians to create a certain level of quality in the art we engage in, so that people are inspired, maybe gets them thinking, or some means of connection on some higher level.
And you have been with the big bands, and now a lot of time in Germany with the concerts, and now in Holland, in a very small town. And I thought you were going the 14th of June again to LA?
No, the Yellow Jackets are playing in Raleigh, North Carolina, on the 14th.
And if you must choose between the big bands and the Yellow Jackets?
There's no, I do both, and sometimes they even overlap. I mean, the Yellow Jackets have on occasion worked with big bands as a unit, so it's all connected.
The highlights in your what means success to you?
Doing things you enjoy, feeling some sense of fulfillment in what you do and how you live, and having good connections with people, stuff like that.
Surrounding with
family.
Positive. Positive.
And also, having a learning experience every day. Learning new things and experiencing new things.
Yes, that's very important. So, if you do have a message to the new generation, because it's very hard for the new generation, what would you say to them?
I would say, don't get discouraged. I mean, things were always hard, but just sort of the nature of the difficulty changes from time to time. It was never easy to be a jazz musician, whatever that is, but if you persevere, if you pay attention to detail, if you work consistently on a daily basis, if you keep an open mind, if you do your homework and really learn the vocabulary and the repertoire of whatever area of music you're involved with, and you work on yourself as a person, most importantly, or equally importantly, so that you become somebody who people enjoy working with. There's a lot of opportunity out there.
So, all your dreams came true?
Yeah, pretty much. They continue to. There's new experiences coming up that I look forward to. I look forward to many things, actually, not just music. I look forward to getting up in the morning and seeing what's going to happen that day in the world and stuff like that.
Wow. Well, it's for me an inspiration to hear you talking about your life and what is very important in every personal life, I think, if it's music or something else.
Yes, well, we're here for a short time, and we should make the most of it best we can.
Okay. What can we expect?
Tonight, you're going to hear a great band tonight, and I've arranged music from the 40s, which is a vast library of wonderfully crafted compositions from film and theater.
What kind of movies or
oh gosh,
titles of songs?
I've arranged I Remember April, right, which is a tune that many jazz musicians perform from, oddly enough, an Abbott and Costello movie from 1942. Abbott and Costello were these sort of two comedians, and when I was a kid I watched all their movies, and I probably watched this one. It's called Ride 'em Cowboy. And we're doing this piece, Besame Mucho, which is like a bolero in the Afro-Caribbean style by Consuelo Velasquez. We're doing an arrangement of Autumn Leaves. That was actually initially a French song from a French film called Les Portes de la Nuit. And the original French title of the song I've just learned is Les Feuilles Mortes, which means dead leaves, which doesn't sound quite as nice as autumn leaves.
Then you see colors.
Yeah, so songs like that, Tangerine, which is kind of a nice tune.
Oh, I love that song too.
Johnny Mercer wrote the lyrics from a movie called The Fleets, and Dorothy Lamour. That sort of figures, right? Dorothy Lamour was this sort of beautiful, elegant American actress. And Tangerine is about this very self-involved, kind of jive female who thinks the world of herself, but nobody else thinks much of her, other than she's stuck up. All the lyrics of these tunes are very clever and interesting, and it was really nice. As a saxophonist, I've always just approached them in an instrumental capacity, but to really dig into the words and the meaning of the song, and underscoring for these singers that are going to sing, was a very different experience and really interesting.
Well, Bob Mintzer, thank you for your precious time.
You're very welcome.
And I wish you a lot of love, luck, and
Thank you, Cynthia.
and good health.
And back at you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.